Did your parents divorce when you were growing up? If they did, there's a chance it changed you in ways you still don't fully realize today. Not because divorce automatically damages children, but because the experiences that often come with it can quietly shape how you see yourself, how you trust others, and even what love feels like. For some children, divorce brings peace. If home was filled with constant conflict, separation can create a healthier environment. But for many others, the emotional impact doesn't end when the divorce is finalized. It simply changes shape. Sometimes the loudest part of a divorce isn't the fighting, it's the silence that comes afterward. The effects aren't always obvious. They don't always appear while you're still a child. Sometimes they don't show up until years later. In the way you handle relationships, the way you respond to conflict, or the way you see yourself. Here are 5 hidden psychological effects that many children of divorce experience. 1. You quietly blamed yourself. As a child, you didn't have the life experience to understand why your family was changing, so your brain searched for an explanation. Maybe if I behaved better, maybe if I hadn't argued so much, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Even if nobody ever blamed you, many children still carry guilt that was never theirs to carry. 2. You grew up faster than you should have. Maybe you became the strong one. You hid your feelings because you didn't want to make things harder for your parents. Maybe you tried to keep the peace, acted more mature than your age, or learned to solve problems that no child should have to solve. From the outside, it looked like maturity, but on the inside, it often meant you didn't get to simply be a child. 3. You learned that conflict feels dangerous. If arguments at home were followed by separation, your brain may have started connecting conflict with loss. As an adult, that can look like avoiding difficult conversations, apologizing too quickly, or keeping your feelings to yourself just to prevent another argument. Not because you're weak, but because your mind learned that conflict could change everything. 4. You became afraid of being left. When one of the most important relationships in your life comes to an end, it's understandable if trust doesn't feel as effortless anymore. You may overthink someone's silence. You may worry that people will leave, even when they've given you no reason to. Or you might keep people at a distance because getting attached feels risky. Not everyone experiences this, but many people discover that their fear of abandonment began much earlier than they realized. 5. You questioned what healthy love looks like. Our first understanding of relationships often comes from watching the adults around us, so when that relationship ends, it's natural to wonder, is lasting love even real? But here's the part that's easy to forget. Your parents' relationship is not a prediction of your own. The love you witnessed growing up is only one example. It is not the only one you'll ever experience. If you recognized yourself in some of these experiences, this isn't about blaming your parents. Every family's story is different and every child responds differently. This is about understanding yourself with compassion. Because once you understand where certain patterns came from, you can begin to change them. Your childhood may explain parts of who you are, but it doesn't have to decide who you become.